Hi, my name is Dan Francom. I'm an attorney here at Goodman Law Group.
And I'm Ashley Mascarello, also an attorney here at Goodman Law Group. And we're coming to you live from Studio G to talk about flags.
Flags.
Did you know that Arizona law has rules about what HOAs can prohibit when it comes to flags in both planned communities and condo acts?
Really?
Yes,
That's interesting.
I'm
You wouldn't think of flags being regulated by an HOA.
And sometimes they can't be.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But let's turn to those two specific statutes as to which two that we're talking about today. Specifically, ARS Section 33-1808 for planned communities, and ARS Section 33-1261 for condominiums.
So in those acts, they specifically say which flags can't be prohibited by an HOA. The first flag being the American flag or military flags. So any of your branch of military, whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines.
Great, yep. That makes sense, I think. The second flag that the statute lists is the POW MIA missing in action flag. That cannot be banned.
The third flag, the Arizona state flag, cannot be banned.
Sure. The fourth flag is any Arizona state Indian nations flag. Those can also not be banned.
And the last flag is the Gadsden Flag, which is the rattlesnake, don't tread on me flag.
The yellow flag, yes. It's important to note that these 5 flags cannot be prohibited from flying in association, regardless of whether they're displayed in the front yard or the backyard in planned communities, or just any exterior display in a condominium. So you want to definitely double check the statute in a condominium when it comes to where that flag is and what steps the association can take if the board is upset or neighbors are upset and want the flag to be removed.
That's good to know. It is important to note that even though they can't ban the flag from being flown in the front or the back, the association can adopt reasonable rules and regulations to the placement and manner of the American flag or any of the other flags that we've talked about.
Yeah, that's right. The POW MIA flag, the Arizona state flag, and the Indian Nations flag. And of course the statute says reasonable rules and regulations,
Right.
So what does that mean? Although you can't just say no flags of these kinds. I imagine, setting reasonable hours or reasonable lighting for the American flag, kind of following the federal flag guidelines, would be a reasonable type rule and regulation.
Another reasonable rule and regulation would be the height of a flagpole that you're going to install in your yard. For instance, an HOA might say the flagpole can't exceed the top limit of your roof.
That's right, yeah. And when it comes to flag poles, there are certain rules that the association can include according to the statute. Another such rule that the statute specifically notes that associations can impose when it comes specifically to flag poles is restricting the number of flags that are flying at one time on the flagpole to no more than 2 flags at a time.
But make sure to note that they can't prohibit the installation of the flagpole.
That's right, yes. Although that might seem like a nuisance or kind of out of sorts with the community standards, keep that in mind that boards in Arizona cannot just prohibit that outright. And that's what you need to know.